Harriet, don't you ever get tired of being a little leech sucking off the generosity of mom and dad? I mean, shouldn't you have at least found a boyfriend to move in with by now? You know, I already have a boyfriend. What do you think about that?
Well, this is a surprise. It's been a while since I've heard from you. Since you started dating your boyfriend, I think. Although I don't really know where you get off starting the conversation like that. What changed to make you suddenly want to reach back out to me?
Oh, get off your high horse already and stop talking to me like I'm some little kid. I was so much younger when all of that happened. At that time, my boyfriend was the only person in the world who I cared about. I only lived with him because mom and dad were so against me doing it.
Yep, that really was a decision only a young person would make. So then, why the sudden change of heart? What made you want to talk to me now? Did you break up with your boyfriend?
Oh, Harriet, you've always been so sharp. Yep, that is basically exactly what happened.
I thought it had to be something like that.
That's right! I broke up with my boyfriend, so I am totally single now. Even though he promised me that he'd always be there to take care of me and love me. And all I did was cheat on him one teensy little time, and he gets all mad at me and starts talking about breaking things off. And he's doing all this and getting all huffy after he already promised to take care of me for the rest of my life.
Pearl, I literally cannot see a single version of this story where you are not the bad guy in it. I mean, it sounds to me like you were the one who betrayed his trust. Then again, I don't really know much about how you two operated as a couple. Maybe it's not really my place to say much about how things went down between you two.
You're right. It isn't your place. Well, whatever. I even apologized and whatever. But even then, he just wouldn't forgive me and was just totally making a big deal out of something that wasn't even that bad. Like, literally, who does that guy think he is trying to judge me for one tiny little mistake?
I see. And so that's when you decided to reach out and message me? Is there something specific you wanted to talk about or ask from me or something? Or did you just need a place to vent about your relationship issues?
Well, tell me what you think, Miss Smarty Pants. You were always so much more clever than me. Why don't you just try guessing why I messaged you?
Boy, I sure missed this attitude. I'm sure that really helped out your situation. Anyways, if I had to guess, I would assume you want something or some kind of assistance or something like that. Tell me, am I getting warm?
Wow, 2 for 2. Oh my god, Harriet, you are like so smart. It is literally crazy.
Yeah, it's real insanity over here. Anyways, I think maybe I should remind you that you were the one who made the decision to leave home and move in with him. And besides, I don't really feel comfortable helping you. You do remember that when you left, you told all of us that we were dead to you, right? I mean, I know you do remember, but I'm just reminding you.
Wow, are you guys still upset over that little scene? Honestly, I'm surprised at you. I never took you for someone who holds grudges, sis.
That's not really what I'm saying, but you told mom and dad that you didn't want to hear from them again because they didn't approve of you moving out so suddenly to live with that guy you barely knew. And then you turned to me and said since they're not your parents anymore, that I'd have to take care of them.
What? I don't really remember it going down that way, but agree to disagree. Besides, that's all in the past now. Who didn't hate their parents when they were that age? Seriously. Also, I totally thought that my BF would be with me forever and always take care of me no matter what. So the decision kind of made some sense at the time if you think about it. Why would I be thinking about the future when my present was always so good?
I think this is something a little too big to brush off by saying that you were young. You always only ever thought of yourself and were always trying to shove all your responsibilities onto me. I'm sorry, but I still haven't forgotten or gotten over it.
Well, yeah, but thanks to me doing all of that, I finally had a good idea. So, actually, you should be thanking me right now.
What are you talking about? What could this good idea possibly be?
Don't play dumb with me. It doesn't suit you, you know? After all, I know about everything.
Everything what? I have no idea what you're talking about. Can you just get to the point, please?
For instance, I know that right now you're living in a condo with mom and dad, aren't you? And that you spend all day inside never leaving. Am I wrong? What I'm saying is that I know that all this time you've just been leeching off our poor parents.
Excuse me? Are you being serious right now with that?
Of course I am. I know all about it. The other day, I saw Mom on the street in Palace Heights. I thought to myself, what is Mom doing in this part of town and so far from home? And then she turns into a building, and what do you know? It's a condo complex. I was shocked.
I see what's going on here. So you stalked Mom all over town and finally figured out where we moved to. Is that what you're saying?
And I also know that you only ever leave the house at certain times. Who knew you would grow up to be such a shut-in? Even though Mom leaves the building every day to go to work. It's not fair. I want to be a leech too.
Pearl, I don't even know where to begin on how wrong all of those assumptions you made just are. First of all, I'm not leeching off Mom and Dad. So let's set that straight right now. Besides, you realize that you're basically confessing to stalking us outside our home, right?
I don't really see it that way, but whatever. Go off, I guess. All I was doing was checking on my big sister to see how she's living and make sure she's doing okay. Also, that's why I'm going to be stopping by the house for a visit pretty soon here.
You're what? I thought you said we're all dead to you and that you have no parents.
Oh, come on, sis. It's like I said, that was the old me. This is the new me you're talking to. Anyways, it's totally cool with you if I move into the condo, right?
No. Not in a million years. No. We don't even have a room that you could stay in if you did. The space is already a bit cramped as it is, and another person would just be too much.
What? Come on, don't be like that, sis. You're being a total buzzkill right now. Anyways, I'll be coming over soon to look the place over and stuff, so I guess I'll decide whatever I want to do then. Okay? Because I was kicked out of my place because my boyfriend flipped out, so I don't really have a place to stay. Honestly, the timing couldn't be more perfect for me.
Listen to me. This will not happen. You are just talking to yourself at this point. And you've always been like this. You always just go along with whatever idea pops in your head and ignore everything everybody else is saying to you. It really makes me mad.
Are you being serious right now, Harriet? You know that Mom and Dad would be so happy to have me back home living with them. Anyways, I've made up my mind, and you can't stop me, so see ya!
Hey, Pearl! Are you serious? You can't just pull these kinds of stunts with us anymore. You need to listen to me. Ugh, you make me so mad, you know that?
Where are you? Come home right away. Pearl has come back to us, and she's talking about how she is going to be moving in and living with us from now on. Oh, sweetie, isn't it just wonderful? Your little sister has come back to her family for good.
She what? Mom, are you telling me that Pearl is in the condo right now at this very moment?
Yes, she's really here, in person. I was so shocked when the front desk called to say that my daughter was here asking to see me. She came up to our room and even apologized to us for running away all those years ago. Oh, isn't she just a wonderful little girl?
No, Mom. I really don't think you understand. She's just lying to you to get something that she wants. She wants to move back in, but we don't even have a room we could give to her. How are you supposed to let her live with us if we can't even give her that?
Harriet, honey, what are you talking about, dear? You're Pearl's older sister, aren't you? I'm shocked to hear you talk so selfishly when your poor dear sister has finally come back to us. You have plenty of space in your room, dear. Surely the two of you can share it. It'll be just like old times.
Mom, you know that my room also doubles as my home office. I can't really just share that space at this point.
Honestly, honey, do you even know what you're saying right now? Aren't you happy that your little sister has finally come back and wants to live with us again?
Okay, Mom. What are we going to do about money if Pearl does move into the condo with us? She's going to end up just like you, Mom.
No. Pearl said that she already found a job and is always working so hard. How can you say such awfully rude things about your sister at a time like this? Why don't you ever trust a word she says to us?
Because, Mom, you raised her to do whatever she wants and say whatever she needs to get things. Look, I just can't accept her living with us right now, okay? It's too much.
I see. So that's how you're going to behave, is it? Well, in that case, why don't you not bother coming home at all then? Just do whatever you'd like. I don't care.
Are you being serious, Mom? All right, then, I won't come home. Goodbye.
Someone's in trouble. I heard from a little birdie that Mom is super pissed at you. And she even told you not to come home. All because you didn't want me moving back in and to be a family again.
Yep, that's exactly right. But then again, you waited until I was out of the house to come over, didn't you?
Yep, that's exactly right. I knew that if I came over while you were there, you would have made some huge scene and the whole thing would be ruined. Anyways, it's better this way now that you're out of the picture.
And just what is that supposed to mean?
Well, the only one who should be leeching off Mom and Dad is me. Anyways, since I don't have my own room here, I think I'll just be taking yours, okay? In fact, how about I just take your spot at the condo? I've already thrown away all of your stuff. Good luck being homeless.
You threw away all my things?
Yeah, Mom said it was fine since you're never coming back. She is still so mad at you. It's hilarious.
Okay then. Good luck with everything.
No, you good luck with everything.
Okay. I guess we'll see then, won't we?
Harriet, what is going on right now? We just got some mail or something. Our contract with the building is run up. And now they're telling us we have to leave.
Well, yeah. I canceled the contract for that condo, so that sounds about right. The room belongs to nobody now, so yeah, I guess you should hurry up and pack your things. Although maybe if you hurried, you could convince the building to let you continue the contract.
Wait, what? So just because I took your place at the condo, you're canceling the contract? Don't you think that's a little harsh? Besides, I didn't know that you were the contract holder person.
Well, now you know. I was the contract holder person. Does that place look like something Mom and Dad could afford on their own? We could only afford that place if I signed the lease.
Oh, so that's how you all moved into this place together. Then, when Mom left home at the same time every day, was she just going to the casino this whole time?
Yep, that sounds about right for her. I guess you weren't very thorough when you were stalking us, were you? After all, she left the exact same time every single day. Mom always called it her daily ritual.
I can't believe this. So then, what does she do for work?
After you ran away from home, Mom and Dad both lost their jobs.
They were fired? So then, what? They just stay at home all day?
For the most part, yes. As you know, Mom likes to hit the casino when she can. And not just her, actually.
Are you kidding me? Why would they do that? And so you're just telling me that now neither of them have any kind of job at all?
Yep, neither of them work. Mom was fired because she had a bad habit of skipping her shifts. And Dad was caught embezzling a huge amount from his company.
Are you being serious? I never knew any of that. Well, so then how have all three of you survived this long?
Because I work and have been taking care of all of us.
That's impossible. You're lying right now. And why didn't you tell them to find a job?
Well, in their early retirements, they both developed pretty serious gambling problems. And even if I told them to leave the house and go find work, they usually just ended up sneaking off to the casino. Eventually, I just got sick of trying to tell them to work and left them to do their own things.
You what? You just coughed up money for them to keep gambling with?
Well, every now and then, one of them would win and be able to keep playing with their own funds. But when they stay at the house, I can't really concentrate on my work, so it was just easier to find an excuse to make them leave the house for a bit. So I thought of a way to get them both out of the house around the same time. I just had to give them a bit of cash and they could usually figure out how to entertain themselves.
What the heck are you talking about? I don't believe anything you're saying right now. You're trying to tell me that Mom and Dad were leeching off of you?
In so many words, yes, basically. Since I work from home, I wanted to find a nice place to live since it would also be my office. I was just letting Mom and Dad live with me. Even if I let more people stay at the condo with me, the rent was always the same, so it was never a huge deal for me.
Are you serious right now? You're telling me you make enough to take care of 3 adults and pay rent in a nice condo like this?
I worked tirelessly every day trying to better myself and become successful after you left and Mom and Dad got fired. I was working as hard as I could to take care of all 3 of us. But it all paid off, and I finally began to make enough that we could all live comfortably.
Harriet, that's amazing! So you're saying it's really no sweat for you to take care of one more person, right? I mean, surely adding one more mouth to the table couldn't cause that much trouble, right?
Do you hear yourself right now? There is no way I would ever let you live off what I earn. Besides, now it's your turn to take care of them.
My turn? What are you talking about? There's no way I could ever do that. I don't even have a job.
Oh, really? Mom said you found a job that you're always working so hard on, though. She was so confident in you that she felt fine telling me never to come home. But Pearl? Don't tell me that you lied to our mom about having a job. Surely not you.
Well, yeah, of course I lied about having the job. I had to make a good impression on Mom or else she wouldn't want me to move back in and stuff. Duh. But my ex always took care of everything for me. There's no way I could work now.
Wow, is that what happened? I guess you've really put yourself in a pickle with this one then, haven't you? But I'm sure it'll all be okay. I think people tend to flourish the most when they are between a rock and a hard place.
Wait, no! You can't do this to me. How am I supposed to look after both Mom and Dad? It's not fair. The whole reason I came back in the first place was because they were supposed to take care of me. How am I supposed to live like this?
Aw, but I thought this was what you wanted the whole time. And now, thanks to you, I'm finally free of Mom and Dad. Finally, I can move in with my boyfriend. Wow, this is such a relief.
Wait, hold up. You're telling me that you have a boyfriend?
Well, yeah, of course I do. But we both have jobs, which is why we're always so busy. We always make sure to meet up at least once a week at the same time, though.
So then, that means, did I meet him that day when I snuck into your place?
That's right, that was him. Wow, I am just so happy right now. When you messaged me, I had a really bad feeling about things at first. That's why I went ahead and sent my valuables to his house before you arrived.
You actually did something like that? That explains why your room was so empty when I went through all your stuff.
Yep, and I made sure to take all the things I would need for work with me as well. And sure enough, you showed up to the condo and threw away everything I had left behind. To be honest, I kind of felt bad for how easy it was to guess what you would do. You really haven't changed, you know that?
Okay, I get it. You're smart. You were right and I was wrong, so please come home. There's no way I can handle taking care of Mom and Dad. I promise I'll move out too, so please don't do this to me.
It's much too late for that now. The only reason you came back in the first place was to try and leech off of Mom and Dad. You've always only ever thought of your well-being and making sure that you were having a good time. So I just thought I would give you a small taste of the hell that you have put me through over the years. After that, I blocked my whole family from all of my social media. Also, they were all forced to leave the condo within the month. They finally managed to find a place to live, in a rundown apartment building on the edge of town. Of course, both Mom and Dad had gotten used to living an easy life with me and only grew more and more cantankerous when Pearl couldn't provide for them. Now, all three of them get into fights with each other every day. They're all working to the point of tears at a part-time job normally worked by high schoolers. And Pearl, who only ever cared about her own comfort and entertainment, has finally got her just desserts. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.